Imagine this, you're on your first date, heart racing, trying to make a great impression. But one small slip up and poof, the spark fizzles. Hi, I'm your host on Relationship Radar, and today we're diving into the psychology of first impressions and why they can make or break your dating life. Did you know that within the first 7 seconds, someone forms an opinion of you that sticks? It's called the halo effect, where one positive trait overshadows everything else, or one negative can ruin it all. Think about your last awkward date. What went wrong? Stick around as we unpack this with real stories and science to help you shine authentically. Let's turn those first moments into lasting connections. First impressions aren't just superficial, they're wired into our brains. Psychologists like those studying social cognition explain that we use shortcuts called heuristics to judge people quickly in our fast-paced world. On dating apps like Tinder, where swipes happen in seconds, this is amplified. Remember Sarah? She swiped right on a guy who seemed perfect online, but his overly polished profile set unrealistic expectations. In reality, he was awkward, confirming her bias against too perfect types. Confirmation bias kicks in, we seek evidence that matches our initial hunch, ignoring the rest. So how do you combat this? Start by being genuine from the get-go. No masks. As we explore further, you'll see how vulnerability can create a positive halo that lasts. Body language speaks louder than words in those crucial first moments. Research from UCLA shows that nonverbal cues account for 55% of communication impact. Crossed arms. It signals defensiveness, closing off connection. Open posture invites trust. Take Mike's story. On his first date, he fidgeted with his phone, coming across as disinterested. She thought he wasn't into her, ending things early. But if he'd put it away and leaned in with genuine interest, the vibe would have shifted. Empathy plays a role here, mirror their energy subtly to build rapport. It's not manipulation, it's emotional intelligence at work. As we move on, let's look at how our own insecurities sabotage these impressions and what psychology says about overcoming them. Ever felt like your inner critic is your worst date companion? That's imposter syndrome talking, a psychological pattern where we doubt our worth, leading to overcompensation or withdrawal. Studies in personality psychology reveal it affects 70% of people, especially in high-stakes social situations like dating. Lisa showed up to her date overdressed, trying too hard to impress, but it came off as inauthentic. Her date sensed the facade and pulled back. The key? Self-awareness. Before stepping out, pause and affirm your strengths. Attachment theory teaches us that secure individuals form better impressions because they're comfortable in their skin. Building that security starts with small wins. Up next, we'll uncover common mistakes rooted in cognitive biases and how to sidestep them for real chemistry. One big mistake, overfocusing on perfection. We think we need to dazzle, but psychology shows authenticity trumps polish. The fundamental attribution error makes us blame ourselves harshly for slip-ups while excusing others. When Alex tripped over his words, he assumed she saw him as a loser, but she found it endearing. Embrace imperfections, they humanize you. Another pitfall, talking too much about yourself. Reciprocity in communication builds bonds, per social exchange theory. Share, then listen. Ask open questions to show interest. This creates a feedback loop of positive impressions. As our story unfolds, imagine if these small shifts could turn a mediocre date into something magical. Let's keep going to the heart of attraction dynamics. Attraction isn't just looks, it's the emotional spark from shared values revealed early. Evolutionary psychology suggests we seek partners who signal emotional availability. But in modern dating, ghosting and games obscure this. Enter the concept of thin slicing. We make accurate judgments from brief interactions, as Malcolm Gladwell popularized. Jenna nailed her first impression by sharing a vulnerable story about her career pivot, drawing her date in instead of small talk. It sparked curiosity and depth. Avoid the trap of negativity bias where one off-color joke sours the mood. Keep it light and positive. These insights are building toward a revelation. First impressions can predict long-term compatibility if done right. Stay with me as we ramp up to the turning point. Now let's address lateness, a cardinal sin of first impressions. Punctuality signals respect, rooted in cultural psychology and trust building. Being late triggers the actor-observer bias. You blame traffic, they blame carelessness. Tom arrived 20 minutes late to his date, offering a flimsy excuse. She felt undervalued and the evening never recovered. Plan ahead, if delayed, communicate proactively. On the flip side, arriving too early can seem overly eager, pressuring the dynamic. Balance is key. As we delve deeper, consider how these micro-interactions compound into macro perceptions. Our narrative is heating up. Prepare for the climax where we reveal how to flip negative impressions into positives, empowering you to date with confidence. Cognitive dissonance arises when our actions don't match our self-image, leading to awkward first dates. If you're introverted but force extroversion, it feels off. Embrace your style. Psychology backs that congruence fosters attraction. Rachel, an introvert, chose a quiet walk over a noisy bar, allowing natural conversation to flow. It worked wonders. Avoid stereotyping based on appearance. The just world fallacy makes us assume looks equal personality. Challenge that. These layers of psychology are converging, showing how first impressions are malleable. We're approaching the peak. Transformative strategies that turn potential disasters into dating triumphs. Get ready to unlock the secrets that change everything. Here's the climax. You can rewire first impressions through active listening and validation. Studies on emotional intelligence from Daniel Goleman show that empathizing disarms defenses, creating instant rapport. When your date shares something, reflect it back. That sounds challenging. How did it make you feel? It shifts focus from performance to connection. In our ongoing story, like when Alina validated her date's travel nerves, it melted his guard, revealing shared dreams. The revelation: first impressions aren't fixed, they're co-created. Ditch the script, be present. This psychological pivot empowers you to attract those who value the real you. As tension builds to resolution, let's explore practical tools to implement this magic. Building on that revelation, let's arm you with tools. Practice mindfulness. Predate to quiet anxiety. A technique from cognitive behavioral therapy reduces overthinking by 40%. Visualize positive interactions. Choose venues that suit your energy, fostering relaxed vibes. Follow up with a thoughtful text recapping a shared laugh, reinforcing the good impression. Jamal turned a so-so date around by sending a meme about their inside joke, leading to a second date. These steps leverage neuroplasticity, reshaping your dating brain for success. The narrative arcs toward empowerment. You're not at the mercy of snap judgments, you shape them. With these insights, your dating life transforms from stressful to exciting. As we near the end, reflect on this. Strong first impressions rooted in authenticity lead to deeper relationships. Psychology affirms that secure attachments form from honest beginnings. Avoid chasing perfection, chase connection. Implement one tip today, maybe that open question or mindful pause, and watch the difference. Our stories of Sarah, Mike, and others show it's possible. You've journeyed from common pitfalls to powerful strategies. Now carry this wisdom into your next date. Feel that empowerment? It's yours. In our final moments, we'll wrap with encouragement to keep growing in love and self-awareness. We've unpacked the psychology of first impressions, from brain biases to body language breakthroughs. Remember, every great relationship starts with a moment of genuine connection. You're equipped now to create those magic openings. If this resonated, subscribe to Relationship Radar for more dating psychology tips that empower your love life. Share your first impression stories in the comments. We're in this together. Thanks for joining me. Go out there and make an unforgettable impression. Until next time, keep radar on for real love. See you soon.